Okay, so parents are going to come from around behind the CrossFit building and drive through the front of the parking lot. It's just a loop. There's no parking anymore. So you're going to pull right up. And then kids will get out of the car. There's no viewing for any of our classes, so parents have to stay in their cars.
When you arrive to the gym, you're going to find a blue S to stand on. You're going to put your mask on before you enter. And then a coach will open the door for you. Just a reminder, there is only a 5-minute window before the class starts, and then the door will be locked.
Stand on the red S, and when the one in front of you is free, you're going to proceed to the next one. And then a coach will tell you to put your shoes on the shelf.
Okay, Maddie, you can put your shoes away.
After you put your shoes on the shelf, you're going to get some hand sanitizer on the wall. Rub it in really good. And then you're going to go through the door, and you're going to wait on the brown carpet just outside the other door. Once you reach the brown carpet, you're going to wait for a coach to instruct you up to the big blue floor, where you'll find more hula hoops. Once you reach your hoop on the floor, you can put down your water bottle. Make sure you bring it all the way in with you. And then you can remove your mask once you're inside your hoop, but you're not allowed to leave your hoop. When storing your mask in your hoop, you can hang it off your water bottle like this, or you can bring a plastic baggie if you don't want to put it on the floor. Warm-up's over. Before we go to our first event, you're going to put your mask back on. Make sure it covers your mouth and your nose. Good job. And then when your coach calls you over, you're going to line up.
You ready?
Make sure you stay 6 feet apart, and you're going to follow your coach to your first event. Your mask has to stay on the whole time you're walking over. And at each event, there's going to be waiting hoops, just like these ones. Your coach will tell you which one to stand on, where now that you're in a hoop, you can put your water bottle down and remove your mask again. Again, you can hang it on your water bottle, or you can bring a bag to place it beside on the floor. Each event is going to have hoops like this. So whenever you're switching from event to event, your mask must be on, and you have to make sure to take your water bottle with you.
This is where you're going to stand and wait for floor. This is what our stations are going to look like. One station will be on an X. There will be an X in between stations so that you can stand and wait for your turn on the next one. And that'll happen for all of your stations. There are directional arrows throughout the gym. For beam, there's an on arrow. Then you'll go down your beam. And then there's your exit arrow. So we're going to get off on this side. And then on the next one, you're going to hop up. And same thing, you'll go down. And on the other side, there's an exit arrow.
Before leaving every event, you're going to put your mask back on, and your coach is going to spray your hands with sanitizer to make sure they're clean for the next event, as well as at the end of the day. So this is Maddie's last event. Her mask is on, she's cleaning her hands, and then when her coach tells her it's safe to go, she's going to walk out the exit door into the lobby, where she's going to wait on that S to make sure the coast is clear so she can grab her shoes. Once the coast is clear, there's no one on the S in front of her. Maddie's going to walk up. And there's no one by the shoe rack. She's going to grab her shoes, put them on her feet, and she's going to go back out this door by the hand sanitizer just like she did the first time. And she's going to line up by the door where there's X's, and she can keep following them as long as the one in front of her, there's no one in the way. Once she gets all the way to the end, she's going to wait for a coach to let them out at the end of class. Opens the door. Athletes may leave out this side door. Once you get outside onto the S, you can remove your mask, and then you'll follow the S's along the side of the building to wait for your drive. Once you get outside and you're walking on the S's, make sure you keep walking all the way to the end, but don't go past the S's, just so there's enough room for everyone to stand 6 feet apart. And when your parents get here, they'll be right on the outside of our coaches' cars like that. Nobody is to run out to their car right away. You can raise your hand or wave to your parents, and then you have to look at your coach. And when a coach sees that the car is close enough to the building, they'll say, yes, you can go. And then we'll walk one at a time over to your cars.
Bye, Brittany.
Bye, Maddie. You're welcome. Make sure when you pull in that you come from behind the CrossFit building, because up here we don't want to block the entrance to the driveway, so you have to go around this building here and come in from behind, just like that car did. So there are a few other things that'll be a little bit different when you return to the gym. One thing is that our bathrooms are closed. We ask that you use the bathroom before gymnastics, before your class, so that you won't have to. However, if it's an emergency and you really need to use the bathroom, we will let you go. Make sure you ask permission first. And when you get here, make sure that there's no one in. It's one at a time, so make sure there's no one in before you. And there's one stall open at the back. Make sure that's the stall you use. The others are locked. And after you're done, you come up, wash your hands. So here we have a hand washing station. So anytime you cough or sneeze or touch your face, we are gonna ask you to go wash your hands. So in this room, it's one at a time. So you have to stop, make sure there's no one in there ahead of you. There's an X right here on the floor, and there's a couple in case you're waiting in line. And then you're gonna go in. There's a little stool in case you need it, lots of soap. There's even instructions on the mirror in case you forget. You have to get the front, the back, under your fingernails. And then we have paper towel here. And please put your paper towels in the bucket so they're not all over the floor. And then you can come back outside of the room and wait on the X. All of the other rooms are off limits, as well as the reminder about the fountain. You're not allowed to use the fountain, so you must bring your water bottle. All of these other doors will be closed. No one is to enter them. And just a reminder that there is no viewing for parents. You have to drop your children off at the door, and a coach will let them in. And a coach will let them out at the end as well. So you do not come in to pick them up either. You wait in the parking lot.